Greetings and welcome back to Factorio. I'm KatherineOfSky, and as you can see, I decided to add a little bit of more module production here because our speed modules are getting very slow production-wise, so I thought I'd add a few more. We have tons and tons of productivity module 3s, but our speed modules are very much lacking. Now, there's a couple of things that I'd like to do before getting on to the science, because that's going to be our major project for this factory. And I think what I want to do for science is go for a 1000 science per minute factory. Now, whether we can supply that or not is going to be a very good question indeed. But that's going to be the goal. So we're going to set up that amount of machines, I think, and try to supply them and see what we need to do to get there. But before that, there's a few things that I'd like to do. I've decided that it would be very much preferable to kind of get rid of this silly assembly line here and instead focus on making solar within their own kind of little areas with the beacons over on the left side there. So I would like to set up several solar making machines. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here, and then 8 accumulators. So we'll see if we can reach an approximation of that throughput. Of course, we're going to have it fully beaconed and moduled, so we shouldn't have any issues with making more than we currently are, so that'll be okay. All right, let's get rid of this stuff. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh, hello. You gives me too much stuff, robots. I got too much stuff. Way too much stuff here. Go. Wood. Yeah. Stuff has got to go. All right. And in that vein, I think we can continue even upward with these guys and just make some nice assemblers to fill this space here, because why not? There's no reason we shouldn't. So we're going to do the sort of offset version of this, which ends up looking like that. I think, yeah, we're going to need this side to provide power to these guys here. All right, and these guys are going to make solar panels. Right. Okay. Now, we need to have our requester chests here, and then passive provider here. These need an awful lot of green circuits. And they take 10 seconds, but I'm thinking I would really like to put a stack inserter just to make sure that we get everything that we want. All right, and we're going to have this make like a whole row of solar panels, I think. That seems okay. Okay, so, wow. So these do need to provide power on this side. It's a little bit annoying. It's okay though, we'll be fine. We'll just, we can have extra power poles. I'm not bothered by this. Okay, and we'll get... Ah, yes, before we copy it over, we do need to copy these items into the chest here. They need stuff. So let's get, I don't know, maybe 500 of these. Or maybe not 500, maybe like 300. These guys will have 450, maybe 650 here. And then 300 of these. Okay, and that way these factories can make stuff. We cannot put productivity, but we certainly can put in our speed modules. Okay, so now we can copy this blueprint and be happy about it. Go and just make sure. Ah, now we have an issue. Unfortunately, this one doesn't cover that one. Oh yes, because I've put it the wrong way around. Okay, let's try that again. I hate when I put it the wrong way around. It's like, no, please, no. It needs to go this way. Yes. Okay. That's just fine. Put the requester on the upper right. And just make sure that we... Ah, no, darn it. It's, these things are not... The area is not narrow enough to do this technique. Dang it. Well, you know what? I'm not bothered about this. This is just fine. We're going to be just okay with this. Let's just delete the whole thing and start again. Because this area is wider because of the necessity of having so many of these chests, but I really don't want to waste these beacons. So we're just going to do it sort of the traditional way. But that's one cool thing about Factorio is that there are so many ways of doing things. It's really very, very cool. There's no one right answer for everything. There's just so many ways of doing things. Okay, so we'll put these guys going there. We can have a fast inserter taking out. We don't need a stack inserter there at all. Okay, and we'll just put power poles like that. And we'll get our amounts again. We'll have like 300 of this, 300 of this, and then maybe 700 of this. I don't know if that's close to the ratios. It should be just fine. We just don't want it to stop because it's waiting for materials to get there. Oh dear. And I forgot the modules. It's okay though, because we can just shove them in. And we'll just copy this again. Good. And we'll take that all the way up. How many is that now? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 assemblers, which should be enough. Can I sneak one more in there? I can sneak 2 more in there. Excellent. These won't be as heavily covered with beacons, but I'm not really that bothered about it. Okay, so let's take these on up. There we go. Fantastic. Looking great. And then these also. Good. And there it goes. Right. Looks like these are still in the coverage zone, so that's a good thing. Now, of course, one thing that I completely forgot to make a thought for was some nice roboports over here, so we can get those put down. Let's just make sure where is this one? That's there, so we can do like that. I think. Oh no. Has to be here because of the combinators. It's okay though, we're good. Okay, and those guys are not charging up. Come on. Get things going, thing. It's okay. Right. So, but, however, we could narrow some of these columns with what I'm going to do in just a second. Now, we do need to put down some assemblers for the accumulators, which we have not done yet. Let me just make sure to take these beacons upward like that. And we're going to do something quite similar with the accumulators because we have this fixed width area here. This is just crazy with all these bots flying around. Jeez. Okay. Right, we're going to get our little chests going. And you guys are going to output to those chests. And we're going to need... Let's see what we need for accumulators. I've kind of forgotten the recipe. Like, especially how many of things are required. And if a regular inserter will do, or a fast inserter, or if it needs a stack inserter. Right, 2 and 5. I think we can just use a fast inserter for that. Should be plenty. Let's get requesters. Where are my requesters? Don't have any. Oh dear. I don't have any requesters. No. Alright, let me delete some of these things while we're waiting for the requesters to arrive in my inventory. Ah, we're going to need this very shortly too. Where are they? There they are. Thank you very much, world. It's very kind of you. And we'll see about getting these guys. Have 100 of these and say maybe 200 batteries. Okay, that was this one. Right, paste it. And we're going to get our power poles in here. This is like mesmerizing, all these bots leaping about, flying about, whatever. Okay, that's just fine. Get rid of that second one. Okay, cool. I've forgotten. I have no more pickaxe. Dear God. All right, I'll make 5 more steel axes. That should be just fine. Okay, and looks like we're doing all right. We're just not doing too badly here. Oh, and I forgot the speed modules. Silly, silly me. And I still don't have enough. Darn it. No. Can I get some? Come on, universe, give me some. Okay, we have plenty of those. I never really use those guys. That's a building train station. I can get rid of that for sure. And do I get any more modules? I got 1. It's not enough. I still need 2 more. Okay, so what I'm going to do for those guys is we're going to copy and paste this thing. I'm going to get rid of these 2 machines here, and we're just going to paste this blueprint here because it has the modules in it. Unfortunately, that's the only way in vanilla to do it. And with the module inserter, unfortunately, it just doesn't, it only takes stuff from your inventory, so it won't tell the bots from the network to do anything. Wow, this is interesting. Look at this. We're having quite a holdup over here. Let's get some more of these guys. Okay, are these having electricity? And may I ask how? How are they getting electricity? This is very strange. I think they shouldn't have electricity. Unless they're just... Unless the symbols are just covered. Yeah, they don't have electricity. Okay, fine. Not a problem. We will organize this. There we go. Nice. And we may just put another 3rd row in there. In the meantime, we can also, I also want to add 1 more production line, and this one came as a suggestion from a viewer. Thank you so very much for this suggestion. I really appreciate it. And that was to, I had this idea that I would ship out all of this stuff, all of the ores and stuff back to, I don't know, somewhere, to either the copper smelting over here or the iron smelting over there. But that's a pain in the socks. So I decided not to do that. Okay, we really don't want to do this at all, do we? I decided not to do that and instead do this sort of thing where we just take the stuff and process it here on its own. So why? Okay, it's just bots still making the journey here. And I just thought I'd have maybe like a couple of smelters. It doesn't even have to be very many to get that going. So I think what we do need to do is we need to reverse this guy. Yep. And we don't really need to have a lot of production at all. Just some, like maybe 4 of each. 4 iron and 4 copper. That's the plan anyway. And let's copy this guy and remove this and put these guys here. Okay, cool. Now we're going to set up these requester chests for iron ore. Actually, we could go like 300. Copy and paste here. And then this one is going to be 300 copper ore. Okay, cool. And these guys don't actually need electricity until we're actually using them. So I'm going to leave these guys blinking for now. But these could use some productivity modules. So let's just shove those in there for now. Call it good and get 1 more power pole down there. And it looks like we're having a good time. Looks like things are happening. One thing that's kind of annoying to me is this, you know, the buildup of bots around these around the roboports, and I might have to. There's a mod called Robot Charge Transmission, and that basically allows the bots to charge as they're traveling. It's sort of they have this beam of energy going to the roboports. What it does is it enables them not to have to stop and wait. They sort of charge as they go through the air, but they use the same amount of electricity as if you know, they weren't. It's not like it doesn't sort of cheat, except for the fact that they don't have to stop. So that's something that I might consider adding. Okay, now these guys can go, and that can be done. Go. Okay, there we are. All right, and that is how we wanted to do that. And finally, a lot of these ores are we're gonna get rid of those things, which is gonna be fantastic. I think what we could do is, I'm wondering if I should make these storage chests here. And when you make them a storage chest, the priority of use is higher than, say, these guys over here, the passive provider, the red chests. So what these guys are going to do is the bots from the system are going to pull from these storage chests first, and so therefore our current supply of ores that's sitting in these storage chests is going to be prioritized. However, there is the risk that bots might store extra stuff in here. So I think let's just have this have like four things. That should be just fine. Yeah, and I think that'll work very nicely indeed. All right, is there anything else that we can do? I think we're pretty much done with all that we want to do, except, of course, there's still this issue with wood, and that's kind of an annoying situation to me. I suppose we could just have a radar bank that all it does is get rid of wood or something like that. Steam engines powering a bunch of radars or something. That's definitely an option to consider, because it'll burn wood at a far higher rate than the burner inserter silliness that I came up with a while ago, or we installed a while ago, I should say. So anyway, that's something to think about. What I'm going to do also is, between episodes, because we're almost at the end of this one, because I want to just start afresh with the next one, is we're going to just take out all of this stuff here. Oh, we can actually do that right now. And this is going to be the place where science begins. This is going to be the land of science, and we're going to start making massive contributions to research very shortly. Okay, let's just make this connect. So we have some nice robot action going on, so it's not just my bots picking all this stuff up. And also we're going to taking out those bits there is just fine. Just got to be careful about the power poles. I know I can filter the deconstruction planner, but it's okay. We'll just deal with it. Now we're going to walk away. Walk away, man. Walk away. Yep, because we need to get this stuff out of inventory. There's way too much junk. Way too much. Just going to put all of these away here. Stone and coal, all of these things just need to go. Really need to go. Okay. Wow, so many pipes, lots of stuff, just too much stuff, way too much stuff. And of course they're still bringing me stuff as well. But all of this will get recycled into the system very shortly. So I'm quite happy with our situation that we have here with, we're recycling our ores, we're recycling a lot of stuff, and maybe these chests will empty themselves. I hate having large amounts of storage. To me, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have storage. Buffers are never good. And as we can see, a lot of the storage chests are completely empty, and then some others may have small bits. Like this has just 49 labs and there's nothing else in there, which is good. But yeah, I want to eventually empty out all but maybe a single little block of storage and then figure out how to deal with whatever's in that block. But I think the next episode, if all goes well, I think we're going to start science. So anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.